Okay, I'm going to start today's All You Need to Know About Temptation webinar. I'm going to hand over to Jade. This is her webinar. She's going to introduce herself and lead us into the world of temptation. Jade, it's all yours.
Thank you, Sarah. A whole hour to talk about temptation, you lucky people. So, my name is Jade, and I'm the Business Development Manager in the UK and Ireland for Temptation Hotels and Resorts. So, really looking forward to doing this webinar with you today, focusing on the two Temptation hotels. Let me just share my screen. It's not gone full size. There we go. Perfect. So just to recap, these are my contact details on screen, but as always, we will do a follow-up because there's lots of information and there may be many questions that come up. So we will put my contact details in an email for you after the webinar. But for anything you need, any questions, guidance, or if you're trying to make a booking and you just need a bit of help with some questions, then please do get in touch. It is exactly what I'm here for. So we're going to start with Temptation Cancun, but Temptation as a brand, I'm sure many of you have heard of it, and if you haven't, it's a very unique concept. So it is the playground for adults in which you need to be 21 or older to stay at any of the Temptation resorts. They're very quirky, very fun, and I think can be slightly misunderstood in most cases. So hopefully after this webinar today, you'll have a much better understanding of exactly what Temptation is about and who it is best suited for. So some of the key points, there are topless optional areas in the resort's signature playgrounds, adult entertainment and world-class all-inclusive. I think the all-inclusive is always the part that maybe is quite not well known, but the all-inclusive and the 24-hour round-the-clock dining, it's a really elevated all-inclusive experience. The a la carte dining and the food and the drinks are of a really premium all-inclusive standard, which I think most of us don't necessarily particularly think about when thinking of Temptation. So we get a lot of questions, and I'm sure there'll be a lot in the chat once I finish this presentation. But to summarize it from my own personal experience and how we kind of see it, it's a very fun and lively resort, and I think it can get a bit of some question marks about who it's best suited for in terms of those that are of a certain, lifestyle. There are guests that do go to these resorts that are, swingers, but it's very, very small. So we have our sister brands for that. So we have a Temptation Grand brand in Dominican Republic, and we have our Desire Resorts for that. So for the typical day-to-day guests that would stay at Temptation, they're adults that are looking to have, a good time. They're really into their music, they're dressing up, their nightlife. And anybody that you're sending to Las Vegas for the pool parties, particularly those in the summer that are at the Encore, at the Wynn and things like that, or anybody that you're sending to Ibiza for Ibiza Rocks, it's actually those kind of customers that would really love an experience at Temptation. So looking at Temptation Cancun, so our first Temptation resort that's in Mexico, we'll start with a short video.
Let's play.
So location-wise, we're located just not far from the hotel zone, 20 minutes from Cancun International Airport. So it's quite a short transfer from the airport itself. And the location is great. I mean, if people are wanting to still go out and enjoy nightlife, go shopping during the day, the hotel's very well located for that as well. So here's what it looks like from the beach back. You've got some room categories here, which are the leading room categories over here. And then we've got the big tower, which is my favorite. It stands out, it's the most colorful, and every room category has an amazing view. So what's included, to put it, briefly into KSPs. So remember, it's 21 plus. You've got to be 21 plus. There are topless optional areas of the resort as well. A lot of the time I get asked about people being fully nude, and that isn't actually allowed in this resort. So topless optional is the limit for that in terms of clothing. We've got 430 rooms and suites, and the entertainment here is simply fantastic. So during the day, there's all sorts going on, from pool parties, games, dance competitions, and not only that, non-motorized water sports are also included as part of the all-inclusive. So if you wanted to take yourself away from that and enjoy some paddleboarding out on the beach, which I actually did last time I was here, that's also quite nice to do. And come of an evening, as soon as everybody's had their evening meal, that's when the entertainment sets in. So there are themed nights every day of the week, which we will look at a little bit later. Some of the best DJs and music that can happen, and that goes on till the early hours of the morning as well. We've got 2 different swimming pools, which we'll look at. Round the clock dining, so you can eat and drink 24 hours a day. 24-hour room service, there is a small charge for that to order the room service to your room. We've got a fitness centre and 24-hour, I just said that, sorry, round the clock dining, so you can eat and drink 24 hours. So the 2 swimming pools, so we have a sexy pool, which is our main pool here. So this is where all of the action is happening. So this is where the pool parties are going on, the music, the entertainment from our playmakers. It has such an amazing vibe. And we also have a quiet pool. So I think I've got a photo of this. So the quiet pool here. So if you've been up until 3 o'clock the night before and you just need to unwind and recharge, the quiet pool is good for that. There's no music and you can relax there a little bit before the evening. And yeah, just another shot of the sexy pool where all of the entertainment happens as well. We also have another pool located up in Sky 3.5, which we'll talk about in a moment when we get onto the tower. And then looking at the room categories. So starting with the leading room category first. So all of the room categories are very bright, very funky. They've got the latest technology and they're just really fun, really quirky design rooms. I don't think I've ever seen any rooms designed as eccentric as these actually during my travels over the years. But our trendy garden view room, this is what they look like. They will come with a king bed or 2 double beds as well. And then we have the same style room, except for the view changes. So trendy ocean view, they're a little bit bigger as well. And you have got the balcony or terrace that have amazing views of the Caribbean Sea. We have our plush jacuzzi room as well, which, as the name suggests, you get this lovely jacuzzi out on your balcony. And Bash Tower. So we're going to talk about the tower again in a moment, but this is one of the room categories in the tower. So it's our Bash Tower ocean view. We have our oceanfront master suite. Now, these rooms are really brilliant. So I've actually stayed in one of these. The technology is fantastic and the views are amazing, but you've got this whole wraparound balcony. You actually can't see it here, but just to the right, you have got a jacuzzi bathtub as well. And there was a huge bar area. So there were liter spirits of drinks with mixers that were brought up, and after the evening show, we invited some of our friends back and we actually had a bit of our own party out on this balcony area, which was quite nice. So you can do that. So these rooms are very good to host some friends as well. And our oceanfront penthouses. So really spacious. If you've got customers that particularly maybe want to invite friends back, have a bit more space, an area to host people, then these would be very good rooms for that. And I'm just flicking through some of those to get to the tower, sorry. So the tower by Temptation, anybody staying in this tower in any room category does get enhanced benefits. So you get VIP check-in and check-out, an exclusive complimentary room service menu, Sky 3.5 daily access. So we looked at that. That was our rooftop pool. So any guest staying in the tower, or sometimes we call that the Bash Tower, they would get access to that. An exclusive VIP sun deck area, which is just here. So anybody in the tower gets exclusive use of this private area for sunbeds, and pool and beach butler service as well. And we'll just show you a short video on the tower. if you have customers that want something a bit extra special or are celebrating a special occasion, then any room category in the Tower by Temptation would be an amazing upgrade for them to get all of those extra benefits. So moving on to restaurants, we have 7 of them at Temptation Cancun, as well as our coffee shop, which is open 24 hours. So Rain is our international buffet that's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the food that's actually put out on the buffet is really amazing. They change it up every day. There are different cuisines and different food that you can have access to every day. So no one day is the same, which makes it a really nice, if you wanted a quick lunch or dinner, it's a great place for that. So Sutra is our Asian restaurant. So we do have the teppanyaki tables here, and we also have the ordinary seated dining. So this is open for dinner. We have She. So this is our unique concept. So it's for couples only. So to dine here, you have to be in a couple, and it's a very quirky restaurant where you'll have some evening entertainment. So you can see here the tables and the stage. So there'll be evening entertainment that's taking place while you're enjoying your evening meal. Now, this is one of the only restaurants you do need to book to have an evening meal. So just be aware of that. If your guests are particularly looking to have dinner here, they must book this. So Flame, this is our a la carte steakhouse, which is open for dinner. Amores, which is our Mexican restaurant. Romanza, which is it's probably my favorite. It's got very authentic Italian food. I do love dining in this restaurant when I visit. And Sea Flirt for seafood. Again, I love this one. The lighting, the mood, and the ambience in this restaurant is very, very unique, and it's a really nice experience. And again, all of these are included as part of the all-inclusive, so there are no surcharges to eat at any of these restaurants. They are all included as part of the standard all-inclusive for all guests in all room categories. And then looking at the bars, so the Tower has a bar. Obviously, any guest that's staying in that tower has access to this as many times as they want. We've got our sports bar, our lobby bar, the main bar where all of the action and entertainment is happening. And then we also have a state-of-the-art gym. The equipment here is really high-end, really new. We're always keeping it up to date. And we also have our spa, which has many different treatments and packages that you can choose from as well. And we also have our beauty salon and our logo shop. So if you've forgotten something or you'd like to buy some of the branded merchandise, then you can do that in a logo shop. And entertainment. So we have different themes throughout the weekdays. I'm just trying to get to the right one here. We have different themes that run every night of the week. So guests love to get involved in with this and get dressed up and really get immersed into the Temptation experience. Guests don't have to dress up. We do have clients that do visit that don't dress up but still go to the evening entertainment and enjoy it. But it's really good to know what is on the agenda for anybody that's staying, so that if they wanted to buy their costumes here before they travel, they can do that to then get involved. You can find this on our rewards program, which we'll talk about at the end, and you can find it on the Temptation website as well if you just wanted to do a quick check to see what themes are taking place. And throughout the year, there will be different themes that they put on. So particularly in the summer, they will change that up. They'll have different things going on for different times of the year as well. So if you've got regular customers, you can be assured that they do change this up to make it a little bit different as well. So that was just a sneak peek into our 2024 themed nights. We will put that in the follow-up so that you've got access to those. And like I said, you can always go and check them if you've got customers traveling, just to check. And here's just a few pictures of the kind of activities and entertainment that's happening throughout the day. there is always something going on, and it's so much fun. I host fam trips here every year, and a lot of the agents have never been, and it's amazing because I always say you never knew you kind of needed temptation in your life until you've been. It's a world that we don't necessarily know, and until you've been and immersed yourself in that experience, it really is unique, and everybody comes away really loving that. So that's Temptation Cancun, and we're now going to move on to Temptation Meeches, which is one of our newest Temptation properties, which opened in December now, and that's located in the Dominican Republic. So I'll just show you a short video to start with.
This is Temptation. Let's play.
So that gives you a bit of an insight into one of the newest Temptations that we have. And in terms of location, so most of you will be familiar with Punta Cana, which is where you fly into for the Dominican Republic. And Meeches is about an hour and 15 minutes north of the airport. So up in this Meeches area. A lot of us haven't heard of that. It's a really wonderful area. There's a lot to do. So again, if you've got customers that like to get experience in the local culture and get out and about, there are plenty of excursions and sightseeing spots that are on the doorstep to this hotel. So very good location. So again, the same kind of inclusions, that makes it quite easy to remember. But again, just to stress that you do have to be 21 plus. This resort's a little bit smaller with 382 rooms, but we've got the same concept. So really, if you can sell the one in Cancun, you can sell the one in Meeches as well. We make it very easy for you guys as agents. 6 restaurants at this one, state-of-the-art fitness center again, and really high-end a la carte dining and drinks on the all-inclusive. So this is the sexy pool at Temptation Meeches. So this is where all of the action is going to be going on, all of the pool parties, all of the music, all of the noise. And this is our quiet pool. So looking at the lead-in room type, that's our trendy tropical view. So you can see the same consistency in terms of style, the vibrant colours, and we've got the same kind of technology and everything that you would expect from the one in Cancun here as well. But they're just very hip and cool. I think that's the way to describe these room categories, and even the lead-in rooms are absolutely fantastic. We then have our trendy pool view room. So it's exactly the same room and layout, except for you have a view of the pool. We've got our Seduction Swim Up Tropical View rooms. So as the name suggests, these are our swim out rooms. And then you have the Swim Up Ocean View Master Suite. So you would have the separate living area with the swim up with these rooms. The living area is quite large, and obviously having that separate bedroom area is very nice. We then have our Let's Play Private Pool Ocean View Master Suite. So again, these are a little bit bigger, and the views here are really amazing. So you've got the separate seating area, you've got the outdoor pool, and you have a private stocked bar as well. And any guests that are in these suites will have butler service as well. So that's an added bonus for these ones. So moving on to restaurants, as I mentioned, we've got 6 restaurants here. Coffee shop again for 24 hours, and the same restaurant names, which makes it so easy. So we have the same restaurants in both properties. So let's see if you remembered those. So Rain is the international buffet, open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Sutra restaurant is our Asian restaurant with the teppanyaki tables and the normal seating areas. We have She, which is our couples only unique dining concept. We have Flame, which is our steakhouse. Amores, which is our Mexican, and Romanza, that is the Italian. So the only restaurant we don't have here is the Sea Flirt. So we have the 7 restaurants in Cancun, with the 7th being Sea Flirt, that we do not have at Meeches. Other than that, they're exactly the same, so very easy to remember. So we have Bash, which is our main bar where all of the action is happening. We've got our beach bar, the pool bar, of course, another pool bar, our 3.5 lobby bar, our sports bar, and we also have a spa at Meaches, so our Rose Spa. And again, daytime and evening, it really is a party vibe. So every, I would say probably from midday, because when I've stayed, it's quite quiet before then. And then from about midday, the music starts and that energy is coming in from everything, which is really, really nice.
Let's play.
So as you can see there, always a party atmosphere. Although we're not talking about the sister property today, right next door there is a property called Temptation Grand Meaches, and that is the sister property to this hotel, and that is for couples only. And any guest that is staying in the Temptation Grand Meaches side can actually come over to Temptation Meaches and use all of the facilities, but you cannot do it the other way around. So if you're in Temptation Meaches, you would not be able to go over to Grand Meaches. And for those that are familiar with our Desire products in Mexico and that concept, that is exactly how Temptation Grand Meaches is as a concept. So we will save that for a dedicated webinar based on our couples only products. So fam trips, we host one of them every year. So this was one that I took last year to Temptation Cancun. And actually this year we're running one to Temptation Meaches, of course, because it's our newest one. So here's just a couple of images from recent fam trips. And for UK agents, we are actually hosting our first ever VIP agent mega fam trip. So usually we've only spent one night in a Temptation resort. So this is going to be a VIP 5-night trip with a big party in the middle of it as well. So you can win one of 6 places. We've got a week left now to do so. If you make any booking between now and the end of October, you'll automatically be entered into the competition. And everything's included there. So return flights from Gatwick, the 5 nights accommodation, the transfers, and of course it's all inclusive. So you wouldn't have to pay for any of that. We've had a lot of entries. It only takes one booking to be entered into this competition. So definitely take a look. And particularly with Temptation Meaches at the moment, we have up to 50% discount on the rates for those with UK contracts. So it really is an amazing price point at the moment to book Temptation Meaches for your customer as well. So if they have asked for Vegas, maybe twin it with Meaches, or if they have asked for something like that, or you've got a stag group or a hen group or a group of girls that want a really party holiday, then Temptation Meaches or Cancun would be great for that. But the rates for Meaches at the moment are just absolutely amazing. So on to our rewards program. So hopefully you've all heard of this. And if you haven't, please go and log on and check it out. So it's temptationrewards.com. And this is our one-stop shop and portal for everything Temptation and Desire, which is the sister brand of Temptation. So when you're a member, you'll get access to all of the fact sheets and the videos and amazing agent rates as well. So we recently introduced some agent rates, and they start from $68 per person per night at Temptation Meaches and $89 per person per night at Cancun, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you haven't been and you want to go and check it out and see what it's all about, I really urge you to do so. I think you're never really going to understand it as well as you can unless you've seen it, and it's such an amazing experience. So hopefully those rates can tempt you to grab a couple of friends and go and check out some of our resorts. Also, if you've made a booking to any of the properties, you can actually log into your account and register the booking that you've made. And when you've logged your booking, we actually pay you with points, and then it's completely up to you what you'd like to do. So you can actually turn the points into cash rewards or into free night stays. The higher room category the book, and obviously the more bookings that you actually log, the more free nights and cash that you're going to earn. But if you've got a couple of free nights, you can top that up with the agent rate, and you could easily stay for a week to experience this concept. We would always urge agents to try and convert those points into free nights so that you really can get immersed into the temptation experience and explore it for yourselves. So for our UK agents, we work with many other people, and God, I've lost my words there, sorry. We work with many other people, but these are the main guys that we're working with. So for Temptation Cancun, you've got your typical suspects there that you would expect from our B2B partners. And for Temptation Beaches, there'll be some new ones that will appear here soon. But these are the guys that you can actually access the rates through from our B2B partners. That was a really short presentation. That is all done, Sarah. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an insight into both brands and what it's about, and hopefully answer some questions. And there's been no questions, so I'm really surprised.
I think you've answered everything. I think you've gone through it too thoroughly, Jade. I think that's the problem.
Thoroughly.
So.
Oh, I think that was quite a top line insight. I mean, questions of this, no, you know, any question you know, we'd welcome to have. I think it is a unique concept, and we really do like to support you agents where you have questions. But I think the number one thing I can urge is please come and see it. You know, we do these webinars and we love the support from you guys, and they're really great at giving you that top line info. But I think until you've stepped foot into one of those resorts, you really must do that to understand it. And we'd love to have you. We want you there. We want to show you a good time. We want you to party, understand it. We want you to come. So yes, thank you.
There was a time as well where there was a lot of promotions on divorce parties and things, wasn't there, as well?
Yeah, there was.
Where people could go and have a big party for the divorce, like your girlfriends or your male friends together and go and let your hair down.
Yeah, you can still do that. If you want a divorce party, send them to Temptation. But just really good to just reiterate, you know, anyone that just wants that party hotel, they're older than 21, they want the good music, the good vibes, the good party, they're just brilliant products for that. Like I said, your Vegas customers and your Ibiza customers are exactly the ones that we would want to be sending to Temptation. And especially for the one in Cancun, obviously that can be really easily twinned with Vegas as well as a twin center.
Excellent. We've just got a couple of questions. A lot of people are asking for the videos so they can do the Insta Reels and the social media stories and things. So would you be able to just send them out with a follow-up?
Yep, I will be sure to include the Media Valet for the original group in the follow-up. We can do that.
Brilliant. Couple of questions coming up here. Would you be able to explain the Playful Experience upgrade?
So this isn't something that we actually promote in the UK. So I don't know if this is a US agent that's asking. If they can maybe let us know, possibly, yeah, because it isn't something in the UK that we necessarily push. If it's a US agent, that I don't know if they can let us know just in chat. Yes, she's USA.
Bertine, are you there?
Is he still there?
He's here.
Hi, I am here. I'm glad I stayed.
Yes, could you explain the Playful Experience upgrade for those of the people that are in the North America market?
Yes, well, the Playful Experience is a specific room category. Like we started off with our Bash Tower Ocean View and our Lush Tower Ocean View rooms, and we added unique amenities such as like a couples massage, discounts at Logos or during special dinings, bottles, etc. So there's a list. If you visit our website, there is a room category that is called, to give you an example, Bash Tower Ocean View Playful Experience, and that will display an icon or a button that reads details. Therefore, when you click on it, it will display each amenity that each room category includes, because depending on the room category, the amenities do vary. And we
Okay.
start off with our trendy garden view at Temptation Cancun through the Lush Tower ocean view. And we also start off at Temptation Beaches Resort with our trendy full vibe playful experience view. Then our Lush Tower, I'm sorry, excuse me, our Lure Swim Up tropical view room categories.
Super, thank you very much. So it's
Thanks,
pretty
Bertie.
much like added values, rather than having to pay separately for them. They're all as part, they're included as part of your package.
They're included as part of the package. Obviously, it's a different price from the regular room, but when you consider all the amenities that are included, and that you will enjoy at the resort, you're actually saving by including those amenities in your room category already.
Super, and the rooms are exactly the same. It's just
The rooms are exactly the same. We obviously try to pick out the best rooms for the playful experiences. Like, to give you another example, the Bash Tower Ocean View, if you book the playful experience, we obviously try to place you in one of the rooms that has like the best ocean views, because obviously the layout and everything of the room categories is the same.
super, thank you very much. Grace has asked for Jade, are these both bookable through Gold Medal? So all of the hotels that you've mentioned, are they all bookable
So
through Gold Medal?
Gold Medal will have Meeches very shortly, so that wasn't on the last slide, but they will have it within the next week or so.
Super, thank you very much. Meeches, is it topless in certain areas but Cancun is not?
Yeah, so it's slightly different, just due to the country that it's in. They have slightly different rules. So Temptation Beaches, the topless optional areas are the 2 swimming pools, so the sexy pool and the quiet pool. The beachfront location, and on the beach you are not allowed to be topless in the Dominican Republic.
I'm sorry, excuse me. The topless optional is allowed at Temptation Beaches.
On the beach?
The beach. Yes, at the beach.
Okay.
What
I
is
didn't-
not allowed is clothing optional, but topless optional is. We have a great beach at Temptation Beaches Resort.
Okay, there must have been an update, but thank you, Bertin.
No problem.
Super. Whereabouts, 13, can the guys that are in Puerto Rico book the resorts? Would they book direct with yourselves?
They can, yes, we would prefer them to book directly through us, through our reservation department, or obviously through our affiliate program.
Okay, super. The USA BDM, 13, it's yourself and there's a new gentleman, isn't there?
Luis Marte, yes, he is our BDM for the US, and I have to include Canada as well. He's based out of Florida, so he's mainly in the East Coast of the US.
Perfect. And contact wise, would you just be able to pop his email address in the chat just so that everyone's
I will. Just bear with me one moment, please.
super. We've got another question for you as well, Bertine. Do you have fam trips for USA agents?
Bear with me 1 second. I'm typing the email. I thought I was good at multitasking, but you caught me off guard.
Always, it's our challenge. Jade, how far from the airport to the resort?
Meeches?
It doesn't say which one, so
Okay. So
do both.
Meeches is about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and Cancun is 20 minutes.
Super, thank you very much.
Okay, I included Luis Marte's email in the chat, and he is our BDM
Hang on,
again
hang on.
for US.
Copy that. You've sent that directly to me, so I'm just going to change it. To
I'm sorry.
everybody.
Okay.
Are you okay? So this is Luis Marte. There
Yes,
we go.
Luis Marte, correct.
Jade, what is the best way for a TUI agent to book? Would you say it's via Gold Medal or?
Yeah, so TUI book this through Gold Medal. Yes, exactly that.
Okay, super. Thank you very much.
I want to go back to the question that you caught me off guard.
Okay.
I don't.
Fam trips. Do you have any fam trips from the US?
We do. We actually just did a fam trip to the Dominican Republic from October 5th through the 8th. I had affiliates and agents arriving since October 1st. They really enjoyed it. It was 30 affiliates and agents that joined us on that fam trip. Obviously, they invested in their airfare and we provided the complimentary stay. We're working on arranging or programming fam trips to Temptation Cancun Resort and obviously again to the Dominican Republic. I do not have the exact dates right now because again, we're just planning them out. But we did the fam trip for this year.
Okay, so question that will come next automatically is, what do you need to do to get a place on the fam trips? With Jade, it was simple. You make your booking. What about for you in North America?
Well, it would be the same scenario. You'd have to send us leads, sales, in plain words, like you'd have to really be promoting and selling our resource to be selected, because obviously we send out the invitation to X amount of agents, affiliates that have generated a certain amount of sales, but there is always a limited capacity when it comes to the inventory available. So out of all of those invites that we sent out, even though all of the agents or affiliates comply with most of the checklists that we require, we sometimes have to also like select special agents or affiliates within that group. So the more you promote us, the better you promote us, and the more sales you generate, the higher the chances are of you joining us on one of our fam trips.
Okay, super. Karina's just asked, where do I sign up to booking? I am an agent in Canada.
Okay, I'm gonna include on here the original affiliates. Just bear with me one moment again. The affiliate link so that you can sign up, and that will allow you to book directly with us.
Super. And as well, just make
Okay,
sure as well
so-
that you're signed up to the reward program. So you've got desirerewards.com or temptationrewards.com. Just make sure you signed up.
Yes.
You will receive any information from Bertine. So I think there's at least a weekly update that's sent out. So make sure you're all signed up if you're in North America. And obviously, Jade, same for you, for any of your team in UK and Europe.
And also just
Yeah,
to
I
add
mean,
the
you're.
US, I was going to say
No, I'm
the
sorry.
US
Go ahead,
agents.
Jade. I apologize.
No, thank you. The US agents do also have access to those amazing agent rates that I was displaying as well. So they are actually valid for UK and US. So if any US agents wanted to, you know, spend some time using those low agent rates, you can do that in the US as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, I don't think we've got any more questions at this time, but I will ensure that you have contact details. So if you do have anything else, then please reach out to Jade if you're in the UK and Europe, and Bertine if you are in the US and Canada, and as well Louis. They'll be happy to help you. But the key thing is sign up to the reward program. You've got access to everybody that you need access to, plus photographs, videos, etc. So Kelly's just asked, is one location more popular than the other resort? Jade, I think I can answer this one.
Yeah, I mean, Cancun is very popular because it was the only Temptation hotel until recently. Obviously, Miches opened in December, so it's becoming more and more popular. But yes, they're both exactly the same concept in two different locations. But Cancun, being the original Temptation, is what it is.
Yeah.
I'd like to add on to that, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
No, please.
Well, I mean, obviously, as Jay said, you know, Temptation Cancun was the first one, so you really can't compare 25 years of improvements to 1 year, not even a year. You know, it's barely going to be our anniversary during the mega fam trip that Jade mentioned, which is on December 9th. So that obviously comes into play. That being said, the Dominican Republic resorts were tailor-made with our guests in mind. So the properties are better adapted, again, for the type of concept that Temptation Resorts offers. So give it a year or two, and that'll be harder question to answer.
Excellent, loving it. Thank you very much. I don't think we do have any more questions at the moment. So Jade, I believe that you have a question for us. So just before Jade asks us her question, everybody go to chat, make sure that your drop down says everyone. And just as a reminder, you're on the webinar today, you get 1 prize draw entry. You answer this question correctly, you get 10 prize draws. We will then announce the winner tomorrow once I've put you all into a big spin to win. So Jade, your question.
I've been thinking about this, and I'm going to do my standard 2-part. I've been doing this for a whole month, 2-part questions on these webinars. So I would like to know 2 inclusions at both resorts. So in terms of what's included in the all-inclusive, so name 2 things that are included as part of the all-inclusive at either resort.
Neil, they don't count as 2.
No, that doesn't, Neil, but I like how quick that was.
Right, Jade, you can see all the answers now.
Trying to scroll back up now.
I'm going to let you tell me who the winner is.
So food and non-motorized water sports, yep, we can take that. So all of your meals and non-motorized water sports, which we don't always realize is included. So yes, well done. But I'm just scrolling through and a lot of you had said correct answers. So well done. And just remember, the food and drink that is included, you know, it really is a premium all-inclusive offering at these resorts.
For me as well, the fun is the theme parties. I would love to be at one of those theme parties.
Yeah, they are fun.
Phenomenal.
And that's the thing, you could be someone that's never dressed up before, but when you're there, you're like, oh no, I need to do it. I want to do it. So it's a really fun experience.
Would you say that most guests do dress up? So would you be sort of in a small minority of
No, I wouldn't
not
say
dressing
so.
up?
I mean, when I was at the one in Cancun in December, there was a real 50-50 split in terms of those that were dressed up and those that weren't. So yeah, complete 50-50 split at times that I've been there. You would not be in a minority if you weren't dressed up. No.
Excellent. And everybody had as much fun as everybody else.
They
which
did
is good.
indeed.
Excellent. Jade, did you dress up?
I did.
Excellent.
Yeah, I did. We had an Aloha themed night. So I dressed up, not too crazy, but in a slightly nice Hawaiian theme that it was. We did dress up. Actually, that was on the fam trip and everybody did make an effort to dress up, which was really fun.
Yeah.
We will obviously be hosting this mega fam trip in December. So for those that want to follow that trip and how that's going, feel free to connect with me on Facebook. I'll put that in the follow-up in terms of how you can find me, but we'll be posting daily updates of how the fam trip's going and what we've all been getting up to.
Yeah, and one thing I love, and I think that we need to just keep mentioning it, is the fact of the shop where you can buy your fancy dress on site. Do you have that at Miches as well?
We do have that at Miches.
Yeah, which I think is amazing. So even if you sort of are not a dresser upper and you decide that you want to one of the other nights and you've brought nothing with you, you can go and buy. So it's super.
Definitely.
Which a lot of guests do.
Yeah.
They arrive and like Jay said, you know, they're not expecting to dress up, but the concept of the resort, the whole just ambience is so nonchalant and everybody's laid back, not judging you, that a lot of guests do run up to the logo shop, purchase on one of the theme outfits, and they end up dressing up for later on. Again, it's not mandatory, but most guests do dress up because that's what we promote as Temptation, which is the concept.
I think for me, it's one of the main things, like for people that really want that theme party entertainment, it's just phenomenal. There's nowhere else like it.
No,
So
definitely not. And it's a different party every night. I think that's the thing that I love. If you're there for a week, you've got a different party to get dressed up for every single night. It's really great.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
there's something to do every day and every night. Now, obviously, you don't have to dress up every night. Some guests dress up one night, the following they don't. But the limit is what you set.
Exactly. Elizabeth has just said one of my clients is going to Cancun for the 3rd time and will bring lots of theme party outfits. Excellent.
Awesome.
That's what we
look
like
forward
to
to
see.
hosting it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
One
So
thing
I
I
don't
didn't
think we-
mention, sorry, Sarah, just really quickly, because we have got a little bit of time. Obviously, it is somewhere you can let your hair down and have fun and a good time. And I think one thing I love is the no phones thing, the no phones policy. So I didn't mention this in the beginning, but you're actually not allowed to take photos and videos with other guests, you know, in the frame. So it really does give guests, you know, that maybe have gone for the first time, they've let their hair down, that security that they're not going to be photographed and videoed everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is quite a nice. It creates a safe space for people to really let their hair down and enjoy that moment. When I was here in December, I was sat on a sun lounger sending a text message, and it was facing the pool, and the security guard actually came over to me and he said, I know you're not doing any filming, but can I just put a little sticker over the back of your camera lens just so that any guests that can see what you're doing know that you're not taking a picture? And I said, absolutely, of course, I don't want anyone to feel that way. So he put the sticker on my camera lens, I carried on sending my text, and it was just a really nice way to just make sure that everybody felt that they were in that safe space. So it's really good
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, no, that's really good. Super. Well, a big massive thank you to everybody that's joined us today, and thank you a lot to Jade for setting up the webinar, and for Bertine as well for coming along. Much appreciated, especially to get as much information as we can about these hotels. They are unique, but you do, as Beth's just said, once your clients go, they do want to continue going back because there's nowhere like it on earth. It is unique.
Don't be afraid of it. Come and visit. You'll want to go back, and we'll happily
Yeah.
have you.
And promote away, because there is massive markets, and these people that are booking direct are missing out on them, and they're just maybe, you know, they don't realize you make the bookings. So the more you do the promotions, the more you're putting yourself out there to get the bookings. So yeah,
Exactly. And when you've made a booking, don't forget to log it. So the same for the US agents. You can go onto temptationrewards.com. If you've made a booking, log it. We can see it, and then we can treat you very nicely with those fam trip places when we see that happen. So just bear that in mind.
super amazing. Thank you. Well, thank you, everybody. We will see you all on Thursday. We've got the Indian Ocean webinar, but massive thanks to Jade and Bertine, and we will see you all very, very soon at the resort, we hope.
Thanks for having us, Sarah. Thanks, Bertine.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, thank you,
Bye,
Sarah,
everybody.
Jade, and thank you all, agents.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.